Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me again today. What I want to talk about is how your thoughts control your life and how to allow your thoughts not to impact you in any negative or harmful way. And when you do have these thoughts, how you can accept them and let them go. So, obviously, our brain has thoughts. That's what it does. It makes thoughts for us. And we can control whether they're good or they're bad thoughts. And sometimes it might feel like when you're having a lot of bad thoughts that you have no control over them. For a long time, I'd have really negative thoughts, and then I would say, why is this like this? Why is my brain like this? And basically beating my own self up for the thoughts that I was having, not really realizing that I do have control over my thoughts. I have control over what I give power to. And I was feeding into those negative thoughts, and I was living in a victim mindset because of the way that I grew up, because of the way that I was domesticated. As this book, if I read this book like 5,200 pages within like 2 days. It's called The Mastery of Life. It's the Toltec Guide to Personal Freedom. I highly recommend it. I just picked it up at the library, and basically it talks about all of like we human beings are the only species that can domesticate themselves, and we have these rules and these regulations that we're supposed to live up to, and that's what fuels these negative thoughts. When you mess up or do something bad, and then you get into the cycle of like, I'm a screwed up person, or whatever negative thoughts that come into your head. It's not true. It's not true. And what really freed me from these thoughts is knowing that I am a divine counterpart of God. We are all fragments of God. We are all a creation of God. This entire world is all a creation of God. And whatever God means to you is your own personal truth. Nobody's wrong when it comes to how they think and believe and feel. If you think something, it's true. If you think you're a bad person, it's true. If you think you're a good person, it's true. There is no wrong or good. There's no right or wrong in this world. That is a concept that humans have created for themselves. And so I feel like we can get caught up in these negative thoughts and these thought cycles that spiral us into these same cycles over and over again. Everyone say hi to Oliver. He wants to come sit on my lap right now. So, I'm sure if you're watching this, you have probably caught yourself in the same cycle, and then you're questioning, why does this keep happening to me? Because it's your thoughts. It's the thoughts that you think. And I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard this if you're into this kind of spiritual content. But if you haven't heard this before, or you don't fully understand this, your thoughts create the the reality that you live in. It's just plain and simple. We are so much more powerful than what we even truly realize. And for me personally, I had to step away from using social media. I get very caught up on TikTok. TikTok was my biggest thing. It was like I could not stop scrolling for 8 hours. It was just embarrassing to even look for myself, to look at the time. I was like, what? I'm spending this much time on a social media app, living my life through other people's lives. Like, who am I even, really? So I deleted that, and I deleted Instagram, which I'll occasionally download to post. like, I had cats. That's not the point of this. What I'm saying is, like, social media social media is so addictive, and they know that it's so addictive, and it's made purposefully to be addictive like that, to get you so consumed into another reality, another person's reality that's not even real, right? I can come on here and make you guys think I have the best life ever when I'm really just like, just have nothing or whatever, you know? I can make it seem, or I can give you guys an illusion of a perfect life when that's really not the case. And we've seen that countless times in so many situations. And this is what consumes people to the point where they have no concept of their mindset. And their mindset is so cluttered and so consumed with other people's content, right? So going back to like the domestication, right? When you're a kid, you're told from the time you were born, you're told this is your name, this is your identity, this is who you are. And then you're molded into this person that other people have created for you. Mostly your parents, your family. This is how it is in this family, yada, yada, yada. And I think social media, yes, it is so beautiful technology that you can connect with so many people, but at the same time, when you're spending hours being consuming this content of how you should be this person, or you should be like this, or you should do this or this and that, and then you're flooded with all of these other people's conceptions and notions of what life should be like or how you should be acting. And then it just becomes a whole lot, and you have so much in your head, and then you're comparing yourself to this person or that person, and my life should be like this, or why don't I have what they have, you know? And you can just fall into that cycle of just dismay, just not feeling who you truly are. And that's the thing, is you have your own thoughts. Everything is already inside of you. From the time you were born with everything, of all of your everything. You have it all. You are one with God, and it's already there with you. And it's wanting you to come to it. You have to go to God. God will not come to you. You have to go to God. You have to say, you have to give up and let go of the real life, of this real life, of your human life, and let go and give it to God, and build your own relationship with spirit, source, God, universe. Everyone has their own name for it, but it's all the same thing. We are all one of divine source. And we came down here to experience what it's like to be separate. That's why that's why you forget when you're born. You forget that you are part of God. You are here now in this matrix, in this human experience, to feel the emotions, to feel everything, to experience it. And you have your own unique experience. Everything is unique to you. My beautiful kitty boy is just staring at me. Everything is so unique to you. And when you realize that you are the creator of your own reality, when you have control, when you realize you have control of where you are, where you're at, all from the source of your thoughts, you're going to think differently. You just are. And when you notice that you're being consumed by negative thought processes, you're going to try to find things to subside it, to choose alternate thoughts, basically, is what I'm saying. And you know, it's not It's not something as simple as you have a negative thought and you're like, no, like, I'm gonna force myself to think this good thought. No, the negative thoughts are there to enlighten you, right? Darkness enhances the light. There could not be light without darkness. There could not be darkness without light. And so it's your perception of those negative thoughts. Negative thoughts. But they're really showing you something. And they're really showing you how you feel, how you think and feel. And those thoughts and feelings that you have are you, right? They're the I guess what I'm trying to say is those thoughts and feelings, they're there to show you something. They're there to show you who you are. You aren't your thoughts. Your thoughts just come to you. But you can choose where you let those thoughts take you in life. You are God. That's it. I am that I am. That's it. The thoughts do not make you. I said that, but it's not like that. So when you allow your thoughts to be, when you accept that there's going to be thoughts, you can choose to come at them with love and kindness, the divine love that God has, that God is, that you are, that you have. Divine love is already within you. You can choose to suppress it. You can choose to ignore it, but it's still there. It's still there. And you cannot take away the creation that you are, right? There's so much into this world that I could explain in this video, but I don't want to make it too long. But for me personally, I had to go through therapy because sometimes in our human experience, we experience traumatic incidences or very hard concepts that keep us stuck. And luckily for me, I found a therapist that has a spiritual journey, and she didn't force me into thinking anything. It all kind of came out of me because I have always been spiritual myself, on and off, my whole life. But what really helped me was letting go of my substance abuse issues. I will be 1 year sober completely as of March 1st. And I think that was really the turning point for my spirituality. And not only that, like this kind of awakening or this kind of realization of the truth that I've had within myself only really showed up in the past couple of months. Because while I got sober, there's a lot of thought patterns that were implemented in me since I was a child. And so those neural pathways were carved so deep, right? But now I'm carving new pathways for new thought patterns that I want to think. And when I notice what's going on in my head, and those neural pathways are trying to go down those old ways, I move it. Instead of going this way, we go this way. And that takes time. That takes time. But if you have the desire to change the thought patterns, if you know you spiral, if you know that you have negative thoughts and you want to change that, you will change it. It's not up for debate. You will change it. It's a matter of how much work you're willing to put into yourself. When you realize that you are the only person that can give you the love that you deserve, that you desire in this world, you release yourself from the bonds of everybody else, from trying to please other people, from begging other people to love you, for hoping that somebody loves you the way that you want to be loved. You let go of the past hurt from people who didn't love you the way that you wanted to be loved. It frees you to do the work, to do the inner work. And I'm speaking this from experience, and I am still on my journey, and I don't know if I'll ever be fully free until I leave this carnated body, but I love the journey. I love doing the inner work. I love these concepts and learning about these concepts and being aware of my present moment. I love going on these walks and feeling each step that I take, feeling the air in my lungs and exiting my lungs, and looking around and being just so grateful to look up at the beautiful blue sky with the clouds and the sun shining its warmth on me. It is a beautiful experience to be living. And removing myself from what I still love watching YouTube. Shame on me. But I really try to stay away from social media, from comparing myself to other people, and I've been just reading a lot more, going inward into my own self and noticing myself and telling myself that I'm here for you. And that was one thing that changed for me too. Okay, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I don't want my videos to be super long. But when one culmination point or one turning point for me, because I used to really get myself wrapped up in my thoughts and spiral, and the negative thoughts of not being good enough would come, and I would be stuck in them, and it would feel like a tornado was around me, and that in this emotional roller coaster. But one night when I was going through this, I sat on the edge of my bed and I realized, it's like, I don't want to feel like this. And I put my hand on my heart and I just breathed deeply and I said, I'm here for you. You are so strong, Jennifer, and I love you so much. And I am here for you. I love you and I will take care of you. I'm the one to take care of you. And I immediately just snapped out of it. And when I realized that I really truly have stepped into a parental role for myself, I feel so much more secure within myself, knowing that I can take care of myself. And that's, if you're on that journey to try to find that, to know that you can trust yourself, think of your inner child. What would that child want to do? And give it to them. Do everything in your absolute power to reparent that inner child inside of you. I had to create myself a bedtime routine. I never had a parental figure get me ready for bed and do all that in a reliable daily type of thing, right? And so I've done that for myself. I created a bedtime routine, and it's something so simple as that. And you build on that, you begin to build the trust back within yourself. And it all comes with time, okay? It all comes in time. Thank you so much. I am so grateful that you came and watched this video. Love you to absolute pieces. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I'd love to hear from you. If this resonated with you, thank you so much.